in the day. We didn't even have Google back in the day. And I sent out 100 letters
Mm.
to just people, to organizations that I saw, that I figured, well, they're small, maybe they need a virtual assistant. And can I tell you how many answers I got?
I mean,
Out of 100, yes.
one.
You're right. You are right. Out of 100 letters that I sent out telling people that I was starting this virtual assistant business, I got one response. But do you know who that person turned out to be?
Oh, a family member.
No. Was kid and family was like, what the heck are you doing? Nobody wants to come to your house to see a virtual assistant. Nobody does that. What do you think you're doing? What?
Oh, your ex-husband?
Nope.
Oh,
You know her.
Jennifer?
Not Jennifer. Jennifer I knew.
Rania?
Vivian.
Vivian? Yeah.
Vivian Stewart was my
Vivian
first
Stewart.
customer. And Vivian Stewart was like, oh, this is so fantastic. Let me tell my brother. Well, her brother was a coach for a track team. And he was my second customer. And I did the little newsletter for his track team. And then Vivian joined the Million Man March. And I became the virtual assistant for the Economic Development Committee for the Million Man March. And from there was Sister Nzinga, there was Willis Cottrell, there were just customers upon customers.
And Zico in Charlotte, right?
No, she was in New York. And
the same one you go back?
No,
same one
not Nzinga
here.
Cates here. That's a different
Okay.
Nzinga. And literally ran that business from 1996 to 2006 for 10 years. For 10 years, I ran that business. It started with a old computer, and I do mean old computer, a printer, a fax machine, and 100 letters, and only one response. And that business went on. I went on to be a print broker, data entry person. People would say, well, can you do this? And I would say, yes, I can. Whether I knew how to do it very well or not, it literally was like, in fact, I can tell you the first newsletter I ever did for somebody took 3 days. And I do mean, I don't think I got any sleep for 3 days. But I got it done. The next couple of times I went on to do newsletters, I got it down to 8 hours. I could do a good 4 to 6 page newsletter in 8 hours. I got good at it, but I got started. Hey, Beverly, how are you? I got started.
Let's give Beverly a shout out because Beverly will be having a community event tomorrow. Sorry, Beverly. Saturday.
Saturday?
And yeah, she's doing the thing with hospital.
You just say we didn't have anything to do Friday or Saturday. So if Beverly's having an event, we have something to do Saturday.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right, because I need to be there because
You sure do.
basically Beverly shows so much love with what she's doing.
And I need to be there because
And
she and I haven't talked yet.
yeah,
Beverly
so
can forgive me. I have been so focused on this house. Go
okay,
ahead.
so Beverly is the other day when she wrote a post after I talked to her through Messenger, and she wrote a post that gave me a reminder of, I'm living my dream. Now, am I where Gears is? No, where he's making money off cleaning carpet or whatever. Because back in the day, Gears would dunk on you, but that's another subject. But I ain't gonna talk about that right now, Gears. But the point is, like, Beverly gave me a boost. Like right now, I'm frustrated. To be honest with you, I'm frustrated. I feel down because basically something is taking over my whole
There she
day.
is.
Like I normally, if anybody knows me, I don't sleep. I don't. I'm just full of energy. But since I've been working these long hours and stuff like that, it's like I'm trying to prepare for tomorrow. I'm mentally drained trying to prepare for the next day.
She's giving her information.
Yeah. Good, Beverly. But Beverly gave me a boost the other day when I was talking to her, and she wrote a post saying that, basically I'm providing entertainment at her venue, at her, event that she's holding Saturday, because I'm bringing Cuz Love. And that's something that I always wanted to do, provide entertainment, because I'm an entertainer. Gears may remember I used to rap years ago. I was a rapper, and I wasn't a performer, and I wasn't serious at it, but I was a rapper. And, I was very talented within the freestyle, era back in those days. And then I started writing. And when I went to writing and I was a part of North Star Productions, I started performing. So basically that gave me a big boost on, pursuing my dreams, because I really got serious as far as management, as far as performance. And Cuz Love, Key explained that to Cuz Love the other day, what I used to do, like the same thing. So I started managing, I started performing, I just started writing, jumping on features. I was doing everything, just energized, going everywhere in Charlotte, to where people were like, North Star Productions is in the building, like way before Facebook now, way before social media. It was like I had that buzz with North Star Productions. And they basically thought that I was the founder, they thought that I was the CEO, they thought that I was the creator behind North Star Productions. Y'all heard this story several times. But I wasn't. But it was just the drive that I had, boosting and supporting somebody else's vision instead of my own. So that's why you see, basically right now, that's why you see all the drive that I have with Single, Saved, and Serious, a push. But on the end of it, when you basically have to go deal with these people who don't have the same interest as you do, because in that meeting I just wanted to go off on that person for no reason. This was he's not a bad person, he's a very good person, a bad businessman, right? Horrible businessman, but you can tell he has a good heart, and you can tell that he wants the job done. But on my end, with the frustration that I have, I'm like, I'm ready to go off any minute. But later on that day, I realized that what God had me in position to do, because a lot of times I'm around these kids that I've never been around. I'm around people that's 20. For the last 2 jobs, I don't even know the people that I've been around that's over 35 working with. Now, you look at it like in the custodial field, right? Most people that go in the custodial field are retired, old in age. They're just using that as a job for insurance. They retired from other jobs. They're in their 50s, 60s, But I realized that within that time period, they weren't there to influence me or tell me to push myself to live upon my dreams. They wasn't there to do that. They didn't know how to do that. But I used that experience of not anybody being by me to push me and tell me to pursue my dreams and remind me of the talents that I have every day. I didn't have that. But God says, okay, well, be around these kids. You do what haven't been done to you, what hasn't been done to you. So when I'm around these kids,
what kind of text do you?
I know. Tell her I'll answer when I get time.
I told her that you were Facebook Live.
Okay, but when
She said whatever.
okay, but when I'm around these youngins, that's 25, 22 years old. My supervisor, 22 years old, and has all this, can blow his butt off. can blow and just going to work every day, working 3 jobs and working
Wow.
12 hours within this job. So no kids, not married, no nothing, right? But I'm there in order to give that dude, I believe God has me there in order to give that dude a boost on just pursuing. He said he don't know how to basically market himself as a singer. I said, the only thing you got to do is put yourself on social media these days and just play around. Even if you play around like you play around at work, just play with it. And somebody will see you and pick up that opportunity. I don't care if it's a busted rapper or whatever trying to just make a song. He's going to blow you out the frame, you know, on the gift that you have singing. But the thing is that he's wasting his time doing what he's doing, working, than providing for his dreams. So I gotta be there to show these kids, like, to push these kids. Don't get in a position to where I am, to where when you're 21, 23 years old, you're pushing for something or you don't have any type of dream or anything to pursue, period. The only thing that you're doing is living your life. That's the only thing that you're doing is just living, going to work, coming home every day. Just, you know, just going to work, coming home every day. Yeah, don't be comfortable. You know, when you know, just they're causing a bunch of drama because yesterday it was all about what first shift ain't doing, what second shift ain't doing. First shift ain't, no, it was all about what second shift ain't doing. It ain't all about what you know, first shift is doing everything, second shift ain't doing nothing. Knowing that second shift in the custodial field, right, does everything. First shift comes in, everything is already done because you got to get prepared for the customers to come in the morning. They gotta come to a clean environment. So the only thing the first shift does is secure the area. If somebody calls because somebody threw up or you know something needs to be done, first shift is there for the assistance. But all the hard work is done through second shift. But it's just making first shift making second shift look bad. But that's another story. My point is, through that is a waste of time. A wasting of time. The waste of time of the meeting for me, the waste of time of the gossip, the waste of time of the drama. Because those people, what I was telling the supervisor is, those same people that were trashing you and trying to make you look bad, you're going to see them in the same position 5 years from now. You're 22 years old and coming to work every day. I'm 18 years older than you, bruh, but I'm telling you, make it to where when you get my age, you'll be retired or you'll be established to where you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to bring you down on a low level. So, how much time are you wasting? And I know Gears from way back, from Clinton, dunk on people, part of Clinton CJC basketball team. And one thing about him is I know how much talent and how much gift. He was the only person in school with a car. And he wasn't nothing but 18, 19 years old. But he had the Honda Accord with the 18-inch rims, riding around Rock Hill, South Carolina, had all the women's. But now he became one of the best carpet cleaning businesses in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beverly has passion for people, for kids, you know, and passion for books, book assignments, and
For that neighborhood, she's connected.
for
to
that
the
neighborhood in Hoskins,
Mm-hmm.
Hoskins Road,
Hoskins community. Mm-hmm.
Hoskins community. And, for her to put that, to put that on me to say Brandon Chuck Brown is providing entertainment, and I want to thank you for that, Beverly, because you gave me a boost. See, I might not, I'm wasting time at that job, but then on the other end of it is I'm living a dream, because when I felt that mic, even the other day when we was at uh Burnett's.
Technical difficulties
We're having a
today.
lot of technical difficulties. My son went off on me about a PlayStation or something, but anyway, he's at my mama's house. But go ahead with what you were
I
saying
wasn't saying a thing.
about the. But um, you know, when I was at Burnett's birthday bash, 40th birthday bash, and the DJ was basically talk. The DJ was basically scratching and playing music. He was a good DJ. But I was like, hype it up, blah, 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 blah. And he gave me the mic. And, that just blew my mind because I kept asking her, I kept saying, get the mic, hype the crowd out. They just standing around, they just sitting around. And next thing you know, he just handed me the mic. And, I started, you know, uh, uh, throw your hands up, started hyping the crowd, and stuff like that till he started playing the dirty versions of, all the music that was playing. He started playing, the nasty music, and I really couldn't really shout or scream or, curse or anything like that. Like I didn't feel in place in order to tell them, like I posted the other day, get your drink, get drunk, shake your booty, uh, or anybody over that has over $5, wave your hands in the air, and that. I think I talked about that yesterday, but um, the dream was like I never knew within 2000 to 2000 and no, I wouldn't say 2000. I'd say 2006 to 2014 or 2016 whether I'd ever hold the mic again. And I've been praying the whole time like, God, I want to rap again. I want to hold the mic again. I want to do so much. I want to host when I was begging people, begging these radio personalities to, let me host a show, or begging these promoters, let me go ahead and host your clubs for free. I'll do it for free. But God says, you'll get your chance, but it's not going to be the way that you want it to be. It's not going to be how you expect. He says, next time you hold that mic, or the next time you do it, it will be my will. And you're going to do nothing but honor me through the whole thing. So yes, in a way, I am living a dream. I am living my dream, and I'm going about it step by step by step. But on the other end, I am wasting my time. And any minute now, I could look back and say, no, I'm not going back to that job. I'm just, I think God is putting me in that place. But anyway, when I hold that mic, it's so aggressive, and I have another feeling about it's another. I'm in a zone when I get that mic in my hand, but I'm not rapping. But at the same time, I'm still bringing other artists, gospel artists that have a platform outside of the church walls. So if you want to perform, come to me. If you speaking the word, or talking, you got gospel songs and inspirational songs, come to me, because I got the avenue for you. I got the hook up, holler if you hear me. But the thing about it is, God's just saying, Chuck, just hold on, because if it's not for Beverly, if it wasn't for Burnett, if it wasn't for uh, you know the gift that I gave you, single, saved, and serious, you probably be as comfortable at that job. But what I'm doing is I'm using this job for you to get uncomfortable. So that way, when I put you in the right place at the right time, you'll be ready and you'll have all the expectations, or you'll be ready for what I have to give you, all the blessings that I have to give you within that time period. But you got to get prepared, and I'm preparing you. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, are you wasting time? I know Gears with the carpet cleaning, I'm sure there's sometimes that he's just as frustrated as me and doesn't get as much business on Tuesday and Wednesday. He might not get business, but then Monday might come up and he gets everybody calling him out of the ordinary, just calls upon calls upon calls about coming to clean carpet. Paula, you're at a point to where, you're desired to make cakes and bake cakes. And right now, you're saying that within your mind, but you're going to have times to where, you don't see no signs of people calling like, I want you to design or bake my cake. But then there are people that's going to call you out the woodwork. Beverly, last time nobody showed up, and I know, if anything, about how you put something out there, you give people free, you put your money, or people are putting their money, investing in you, however it may go. They're investing in you while you're investing in yourself, and nobody seems to understand. Nobody wants to appear. They would rather get drunk, go out and not go through the same thing. They rather, go out to a concert, get drunk, get laid out, blah, all of that stuff. I go through the same thing. But what you got to understand is the harder you work at something and the more motivated you get, the more blessings come out of that situation. We see what you're doing. We support you. And I thank you for supporting us. I thank everyone on here that's supporting us. When I was with Gears at the CJC alumni thing, Gears was like, Chuck, I love what you're doing, bro. He was like, that's well needed. He's going through a situation right now. I don't want to tell his business, but I believe he's separated or something. But he was like, I love what you're doing. So my point is, if you feel like you're wasting time, then there's something that God is basically trying to tell you that you ain't paying attention to. And you got to pay attention to what signs that God is delivering within your heart and within your mind. Because sometimes he will put you in uncomfortable situations for you to draw into what he's doing in your life. Keep pushing, keep going, keep driving. If you feel you need to leave that job, leave it. And go for what you know. If you feel whatever you feel within your heart, do it. This is serious talk here. Because there are many people that gave up on their dreams. So many people gave up on their dreams. I know sometimes I feel like giving up. Looking at social media when people, the same people that you invite, are sitting there, and they'll go on Facebook Live on the same event and they'll be drunk as a skunk, and just shaking a tail feather and, looking at people that don't pay them no concern just because they got big money or just because they got an idea of money, but you just got to keep pushing. you know, and many people get rejected through not wasting any time. You know, a lot of people, you know, the more you the more you go at something, the more that people don't want to bother with you. And I know it's frustrating, but that just tells you that you're not wasting your time. So if you're wasting time, if you're at your job and you're on the computer and the only time that you look at the lover and the giver is when you're at work because you have nothing else to do, you're wasting your time. So I just wanted to drop those jewels. Judy normally talks, but she's sleepy, obviously. She had a little swig. So
that
she's
has
out of it
nothing to
from
do with it.
having a little swig. But, you know, we're real transparent on this lover and giver. And, you know, that proof 100, that 100 proof, what is it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The 100
But,
proof ain't no joke.
Hush. Hush up. But go ahead and finish up, I guess.
Pinnacle. 100 proof pinnacle gears, that thing is a beast. But anyway, you know, we live in this life, man, that, you know, people are hurting, people are starving for something, you know. We go through so much throughout our lives, but, you know, my thing is when I go through something, I just feel in my heart that God is trying to tell me something that I ain't pick up on. And He's preparing. You look at people like Angie Hodges, for instance. Angie Hodges has a 40-hour job. Well, you can go to sleep. I mean, I can understand this.
Well, the thing of it is that I believe this is your first show for the Janitor's Closet. I was trying to talk to you about that afterwards, but you just keep on going. You've been talking for more than 20 minutes. So this isn't really a lover giver show. This is your Janitor's Closet first episode.
No, really?
Yes, it is.
You're talking
Yes,
about,
it is.
I got,
Yes, it is.
I got so many.
That's okay. But this is your first one. Because, you know, yes, it is.
No, it's not the janitor's closet.
Okay.
The janitor's closet is more.
What did you say? That you wanted it to make out what the Janitor's Closet was about? Things to clean out your life, but you're not just talking to people about what they're doing if they're wasting time.
Oh, wasting time.
We'll figure it out later, but go on.
That's the lover and the giver. You talking about janitor's closet?
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
If you're wasting time, if you're wasting time, Judy.
Nope.
If you're wasting time, I'm wasting time.
That's something you would discuss in the janitor's closet.
Yeah,
the cleaning supplies to clean out your life. That would be one of them. He's got a new show, people, and he don't want to act like this is a show. He's trying to do Lover and Giver, and it's not a Lover and Giver show, even though I don't mind being here with him. But he's going to be putting out some Facebook Lives called the Janitor's Closet, and it's going to have to do a lot about cleaning your mind, your mindset, cleaning out your emotional life. And I think this is a perfect show for that, because what you're telling people is you've got this mindset about working, but what are you working for? What are you working toward? If you are hanging out on Facebook, see, you don't think your wife got the thought. Your wife got a good thought. You're telling people, you're encouraging people to reach for their dreams. Janitor's Closet, which is exactly where this is going to end up when I finish creating that Facebook page. We've already got a YouTube channel for it, and he's going to be doing talks like this, where he's encouraging people.
Yeah, because I'm going to be late for work in the morning. I might go about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to be there at 6.
You know what? I'm not going to even endorse that nonsense, but I'm just telling you that there are going to be some Facebook Lives. A lot of the ones that he's already done. Blessings to you. How you doing, Andrew?
When are we going to see you again, Andrew?
Well, you know, you be telling people, you're telling people, I hate saying you're telling people you want to have a little gathering at the house and people come by and bring things
Angie.
by.
Okay, so Angie.
Ladies, I gotta go to the restroom.
Well, go pee then. If you gotta use the restroom, go pee. I want to talk to the people.
You've been talking to the people.
That 100 pinnacle off the chain, ain't it? That pinnacle off the chain, y'all. I'm trying to tell you right now. She got to use the bathroom. But anyway, Angie, when we going to see you again? We got a gathering this weekend, Giz. We're going to do something Saturday afternoon. I wanted to throw a cookout, but she won't. When we going to do it then?
I don't know. Tell me, stay tuned. We got to look at our schedule in the bathroom.
We ain't got nothing to do Saturday. Angie has books out. Angie has...
So it's a good bunny.
Go ahead and talk to me. Go ahead and talk to me.
We are here today.
What do you want to do with your life?
I'm trying to sell my art for money so I can get more of that product, like paint and stuff, to make more what I'm selling. If you know what I mean.
Okay, describe what you're selling or describe your art. Just describe
I'm selling
your art.
all types of my art. So any design you want, I can make, but I don't have the stuff right now, but it's at my house. But I do like stamps and stuff. I do drawings, different designs and stuff. And it's only like $5 and $10.
Why don't y'all finish
She's
that?
selling her paint.
Okay, her
But
Ew, you.
Lisa's on here.
Who's
See, everybody comes on here and they support us. Come on, Judy, come through.
Nobody's on your life.
Yeah, it's new.
Turn it back around because that's a new page if we don't have a lot of people on there.
Okay, so finish in this life.
Oh my goodness. Just hold it up like it's a, yeah, there you go.
Okay, so, go ahead and finish, buddy, what you was telling them.
I sell all types of art. I sell stamps, designs, and I can do like a metallic, which is like free of anything. Well, my art is not free. Like free, like whatever. I can draw a hat. I can draw anything.
Okay, so.
And the prices are, for a small canvas is $5 and below. A medium canvas is $10, and then a large canvas is 10 and above.
Okay. So we basically have at a point to where with the kids, we're starting them off early so that when they get, to our age, they'll be established.
I'm sorry, I'm still eating chocolate.
Yeah, they'll be established and, they won't have to go through the same things that we have to go through as parents. And so, when I was her age, I had I had no desire or had no goals in what I wanted to be in life. But God has given me a point to where I'm able to give back because I'm able to see what I was missing as a child to, what I have to give back as an adult and not have them to miss because my parents didn't really know how to put in me, the gift of what you want to do with your life. They wanted me to do what they wanted to do, what they wanted me to do from what they did, instead of, Chuck, what do you really want to do with your life? And how are we going to work with what you want to do with your life? And so it's great because most parents, if you look at it, most parents, I noticed that played sports want their children to play sports and they work hard at it. I got family members that work hard at, having their kids play sports. but that might not be what the kid wants it to be. What it is that that person missed out on that opportunity and trying to live their dreams through their kids. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to have it to where that kid wants to live its own dream, but we push that kid towards that dream that they want to live. And that's Book. Book wants to be a comedian. Bunny wants to be an artist. Rabbit wants to go to school. So we push. Russell is in California doing art. And Drew, he works on computers and he cooks. And things like that. So the gifts that these children have, we basically, push them towards whatever gift they want to use in order to build a kingdom or in order to build throughout the world. So that way, those kids won't be wasting their time like we do as adults. They won't be at the computer, looking on Facebook Live or looking at Facebook, seeing what everybody's doing, at that time. Instead, they'll be working on their dreams. When I'm at work, I work on my dreams, period. Because it gets me at a point to where I'm hungry, to where I starve, and I get frustrated, and I just start aiming and promoting, or networking. In a few minutes, now I'm telling you, in a few minutes, like 10 minutes from now, I will have something to give y'all. And it's going to blow your mind. I give it like 10 to 15 minutes. But if not, before the night is over with, I'm going to blow your mind. But anyway, we out of here. I can't drink a shot of Pinnacle. I'll wait till tomorrow.
Drinking any Pinnacle.
What is it?
It's drinking any Pinnacle.
I know I ain't, because I'm getting ready to
I got to get up in the morning with the kids. I don't know what to... Thank you, sweetie. All right.
But this is the point, though. Whatever you are in life, don't waste your time on what you're doing, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job. Stop wasting your time and get to where God wants you to be. Angie, I look forward to seeing you, pretty soon. Angie was on our panel. Angie has books. You have, 3 books? She has a radio show. She has a lot going on. Lisa, I ain't heard from you since the wind-up with JC. When we went out there with my cousin Tremere, I hadn't heard from you since. But I'm sure that you're doing something, and I hope to see you soon. But anyway, we out here.
Okay.
Remember one thing. We love you, but God loves you more. Peace.
Bye-bye.